Hello, hello. It is me, your caster, Bot Maximus, and I'm back. And I have three drinks actually with me right now. I have a a bubble tea, or is it milk tea with tapioca, or is it boba? Which one is it? I don't know. And I got lemonade, and then I got water, and we're not even gonna forget about the popcorn. So, excuse me. I'm so sorry about that. But with that in mind, um, let's get right into it. So, we're gonna wait a moment. All right, we're gonna be right in here. All right, and we are in. Looks like they haven't started without me yet. Okay, so they did. Awesome. So, hold on. There we go. Okay, so Scanner, carried by, this looks like Integrity, being carried by Underdog, yep, it is now being planted. It is a 3v1. Why did you guys start without me? Anyways, so it's now just down to Big Coop versus Dumberry, Oreo, and Underdog. And it looks like, from the looks of it, as we can see here, Oreo's right around Ninja, waiting for him. We have Big Coop. Throws a nade out, misses Oreo. So he has the right idea, though, and Underdog takes out Coop, leaving the score 0-1. All right, so this would be Red Wave in that case, and then Integrity. Okay. So, perfect. Chat, starts, yes. Yeah, Exotic, you know it. All right, and they're off. We can see that Red Wave is doing they're doing a pretty classic split right here. Looks like someone might have having a change of thoughts about going around mid. Yep, all right. So, solid 3 and 2, classic 3 and 2. Scanner's heading over, carried by Oreo, over to site B. A lot of smoke's being thrown out. ZQZ gets that first pick on try. Yeah, Oreo eliminates Virtuous. Bunch of picks coming around on site B. The trade from Oreo and ZQ. It's now a 3v3. Integrity has almost full control of site, and now they officially do, I would consider it. Leaving Red Wave, the only two players on Red Waves, Archie and Coop, on Catwalk. Scan has now started. 43 seconds left on the clock. Taps over around Catwalk. They're both around Catwalk. He throws a flash. And here we have a bit of a stalemate going on here. What's up, Oreo? He's swinging, kind of peeking out ever so often. No, never mind. That's Underdog. Sorry. I thought that was Oreo. But he gets a 2K, though, onto Coop and Akili. No, Archie. Clutching the round. You know, I think I actually played with Archie earlier today, which is interesting. So, Archie, nice playing with you, Jude. All right. We're going to get some water. Lovely water. All right. On the side of Integrity, we have Dumberry, with his knife, going around middle, expecting to get a few picks, and looks like he's going to be met shortly by Virtuous, who's running through smoke. It looks like we have a lot more of a catwalk push from Integrity up here, so Cream Cheese is going to be, he's going to be in a fun spot for this. He's going to have a field day. ZQ eliminates King Oreo with a nade. Relta getting a kill onto Cream Cheese. So a lot of nades coming out right around here. Takes out CQZ. They almost have full control of site. Cap eliminates Virtuous as well. Ooh, it's now just down to Coop. And he is, he's on Scaff. Looks like he's heading over to B Long right now. Going to, that'd be going to Pipes. Scan is starting. There we have Underdog. He's confirmed that the scanner is safe, that the scan can start. Gonna back it up a bit. Peek around. Oh, I was gonna say that Barry was peeking around mid and killed him, but took the word out about it. And they're off. Looks like we have 2 going around mid. I'm assuming that numbers 6 and 7, Dumberry and At Least You Tried, are likely going to be pushing around mid. Cream Cheese over here, we can see that he's saying a little bit around Cat, expecting a mid push, which his prediction would be correct. Currently from Wed Wave, we currently have pretty good control over sight. Scanner is now down. Oreo tosses out a nade, expecting it to hit somebody. Unfortunately, it does not. Cream Cheese also eliminates Oreo, getting a I'm not even sure what to call that. Virtuous eliminating Barry, and ZQZ scoring the first point for Red Wave. Score is now 1-3. Oh, just a tough picture. That might be tough. Shots being fired from Integrity over here. Oh, and from Wed Wave we have a more unconventional strategy. Looks like they're stacking 3 on A and 2 on B, with Virtuous going around underpass, expecting, tried to come up underpass. So smart move right here. You can see Integrity is now kind of doing a bit more of a slow push. Tried swings that corner, but ultimately is killed by Virtuous. Gets the first pick. ZQZ is around sandbags. Rapid reinforcements heading over to Site B right now. Oreo eliminates Z, leaving Site essentially cleared, save for Cream Cheese, who was just killed by Underdog. Virtuous taking out Barry around mid, too. They're now heading up Cat. That is Virtuous and Coop. It's swung by Oreo, ultimately taken out, though, by Virtuous. We're going to get a better view of Site over here. And they're both together, Red Wave. They're smoking off Site. Solid smoke, very clean smoke. You can see that the two of Integrity. They're caught in a little bit of a, let's see, what do you call it? I'm stuck. Cap eliminates Virtuous. Leaving it now just down to Coop, who is taken out by Underdog. Solid teamwork there from Integrity. Score is now 1-4. You know, I'm curious. We haven't seen many people pushing A in this area. Looks like they're just keeping it up to a classic B push. The one convenient thing about Suna, though, is that for offense is that it's like really nice because you can just push up and then automatically get to backside essentially. So you basically have full control over sight pretty easily. But it's also pretty easy to defend too. And speaking of defense, we got a few sitting around sandbags, which would be ZQ and Virtuous. Eliminates Cream Cheese with a lovely snipe, and Z killing bot Cap. Oreo nading Z as well. Double kill onto Virtuous. Where is he? There he is. There's our man. Coop eliminates Dumberry from around mid. It's now a 3v2 though, so let's see what they can do. Looks like Archie and Coop on Red Wave are heading over to Pipes. I guess they're planning not to get stuck on Cat. Throw a smoke out over to Ninja, as well as a nade, which hits At Least. Well, we're tried. Underdog eliminates Archie as well, leaving it down to Coop, who is killed by Underdog. Solid double kill from Underdog. Looks like the underdog here is not exactly being the underdog, so to say. Probably the overdog, you could say. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, he's currently top fragging on RA. No, not RA. Integrity going 9-1. In comparison to the top fragger on Red Wave, who's going 6-5. So let's see what he can do. Yeah, he's also carrying scan right now, so a lot of pressure is put on him. He throws out a smoke over to Ninja. Smoke roof. A few nades are coming out around B long. There's a nade. He hears someone. I believe it's Cream Cheese. Eliminates Z instead. Cream Cheese strikes down Underdog, and Tried gets that refrag onto Cream Cheese. Yeah. Virtuous eliminates Dumberry as well. Integrity now has essentially full control of sight, leaving it down to Virtuous, and the rest of Red Wave on Catwalk takes down Tribe with a clean headshot, and Oreo getting a double kill. No, not a double kill. Just kills Virtuous. Cap eliminates Coop, and then we have a double kill, I think, a refrag. It's now just down to Cap versus Archie. 26 seconds left. Archie's peeking that corner. It looks like he's being a little bit more aggressive. He takes out Cap with a clean headshot, and with 16 seconds left, he knows how to defuse. That's good. 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, need to work on that. But regardless, a clutch defuse from Archie. So solid work right there. Solid work right there. That was good. Score is now 2-5. Good clutch from Archie. Ooh, and what do I see over here? Looks like Integrity is switching up their strategy a little bit, opting for an A push instead of their more conventional B push. And luckily, there's 2 stacking on A, so nothing really to worry about. Smoking off backside, always a good move. Coop eliminates Oreo, getting that first kill of the game. Well, kill of the round. And we have Virtuous killing Cap. Coop to Tried, and it's now just down to Dumb Barry, who's around mid. He takes that. That was Virtuous who killed him. Noted. Okay. So now the side swap. Oh, I had teams wrong that entire time. That's my bad. That's Integrity. That's Red Wave. I had teams swap. Shoot. Sorry about that. Looks like Virtuous is telling his teammates to go for an A push. Or, no, maybe they're doing a nice little split here. From the side of Integrity, we can see that, yeah, Oreo and Barry are both around site B. We have Underdog going around middle. So, getting a pretty good defense on over here. A lot of noise coming on around, I think that's pipes. So, a few shots being fired. Obviously. Oh, shots from Underdog eliminate Virtuous. Smoke is out on B. It looks like Underdog, yeah, he's coming around, getting on defense, playing a solid work for defense. And he's ultimately killed by Coop, but not before getting a double kill. We have a bit of a gunfight between Cream Cheese and Cap, and ultimately Cap wins that 1v1. Score is now 6-3. Yes, Joyful, I know the icons are wrong. I'm sorry about that. It'll switch up in a bit. Well, from your point of view, it'll switch up. They're off. Red Wave is now opting for a B push from Scanner, but they have 1 player going mid, and 2 going into, let's see, Tons? Yeah, that's Tons, right, I think? Yeah, it looks like they're now sort of regrouping around Cat. Virtuous slips a flash. And Oreo is protecting Cat. Throws a nade, it eliminates Cheese. Virtuous gets that refrag onto him, though. So there is that. It's now just down to Dumberry to defend site. We got reinforcements heading over, and it looks like now Red Wave has secure of site. Secured on site. Yeah, they've secured site. Red Wave is rich. No, Underdog is rich. You sure? Nah, Rich is right there. I mean, yeah, no, it's not. I don't think he is rich. From Red Wave's point of view, they're now going over, well, from Red Wave, not necessarily the point of view, but they're now pushing up to Site A. Very slow push. Tried looks like he's rotating over to mid, expecting something. And Underdog, we can see that he's taking a more unconventional approach to it. And I think that he knows that they're doing something over here. Takes out ZQ, gets double kill into Virtuous, but is ultimately eliminated by Coop. Tried kills Cream Cheese, and Coop gets that pick onto Tribe. It's now a 3v2, with Integrity having the advantage in terms of defense. The players are heading up from Integrity. All 3 players are heading up from Integrity over to Site A, and it's now just down to Coop. He's in a 1v3, and Scanner is close by. A nade closely misses him, and he's ultimately killed by Cap. Please do not crash.
Round starting. Get ready.
It didn't crash. Do y'all remember that one time? I don't know if some of y'all were there, but I once crashed on cast. Like, my PC actually crashed. Rita, you want to join this? Yeah, it's definitely a good scrim. Sorry for chewing. Oh, double kill from Dunberry. ZQZ gets that refrag on his teammates. Trade from Cheese and Tried. Underdog eliminates Virtuous as well. It's now just down to ZQ. Bit of a stalemate over here, but looks like Integrity has a pretty solid hold, relatively speaking, on Site B, and actually both sites. The Underdog is kind of peeking out. Wondering where he is. And ZQ, he's slowly pushing up. A laser closely misses his head. They still 1v3. He hears them, and ultimately dies at the hands of Cap. Score is now 8-4, and it's match point.
Match point.
From Red Wave, they're now switching over to Site A, as opposed to their their B pushes. What the good thing here, though, I think they're kind of coming to realize is that it's better to definitely push up as a group. Solid nade from Oreo, eliminating both Virtuous and Coop. But from the point of view of Scan, carried by ZQ, we can see him killing Cap. Underdog eliminating Cheese, and Oreo getting that pick onto Archie. It's now just down to Z, speaking of which. And he's in a 1v4 situation, so this is going to be tough. He grabs a flash, places it on his left arm. He's expecting people to be swinging him. Flash does not quite go where he planned. He eliminates Tried. Double kill on a Berry. From over here we can see Oreo getting a few shots on him. He's still huddled in that corner, though. Still huddled around backside. And we currently have a bit of a stalemate where no one's quite pushing up, but they're still kind of shooting at each other. He's got about a minute left. We have Oreo. Looks like he's going over to... Yeah, he's going over to mid. Looks like he's trying to loop around in case ZQ doubles back. Swings out. He's expecting a peek or a swing. He shoots something. It looks like Underdog's a little bit low. Well, and Z is also kind of low too. Anyways, he takes out Underdog with a clean headshot. It looks like he's grabbing a few things. Grabbing a nade. Tosses it over to Juke. And now pushing up, we see Oreo, and ZQ clutches the round for Red Wave, making the score 8-5. Solid clutch from Z. Solid clutch from Z. That was a good 4K. That was actually a good clutch. Actually, that was a really good clutch. Now, it's match point for Integrity. Well, actually, it's been match point for about 2 rounds now. Integrity is now anticipating an A push, but little do they know, they're all kind of around B. Dunberry eliminating Archie and Big Coop with a drop shot. Solid double kill right there. And it looks like Red Wave is having a little bit of trouble. Looks like they're all kind of retreating over to be more collectivized. Dunberry throws a nade out. Scanner's also carried by Z again, so let's see if he can clutch up again. Virtuous takes out Dunberry. There's just 2 left on site, and ZQ with a clean headshot takes out Underdog. It's now just left to Tried, who's basically directly on site. Here's someone from around middle. That would have been Cap. Now Oreo's around middle. He sees someone. Currently, Integrity's doing a pretty good job of keeping them all in mid. He's expecting them to go up Cat, but doesn't quite hit anybody. Virtuous takes out Tried, so leaving it now just down to Oreo, who's at full health against a three-man team of Red Wave players, all of whom are not exactly the best on health. Smoking out cross, Oreo fires through it, hoping to hit somebody. He's coming up ladder. Flash is thrown out right around sandbags. He can't hear it, but he knows not to go up that ladder because that's a death trap. And Virtuous swings him and takes him out. Solid trade. And now the score is 8-6. Still match point. Looks like Red Wave is sort of making a comeback here. Let's see if Integrity can finally get that map win. Now we can see. I wonder if they're going to do a full B push this time. I mean, it looks like they understand that control of Cat is important. defending a site and for attacking a site. We have tried. He's pushing up pretty rapidly. I think he's really confident in his skills, which is good to see. And it looks like we have 2 on Cat, 3 on Long. Oya takes out Cream Cheese with a nice nade. A little bit of action going on around Cat between Virtuous and Oreo. Nade hits Oreo. Takes out Virtuous as well. And Coop takes down... Yeah, takes down. At least he tried. Leaving it down to just Dumb Barry and Oreo, both around site. Barry's around Ninja. Still a 3v4, though. And now the rest of Integrity is now rapidly rotating over to Site B. ZQ strikes down Dumb Barry, trying to choose a target, which one to flick up. Oh! Yep, speaking of a flick up, good flick up from Z. The end scan is now planted. 44 seconds left on the clock. Underdog takes out Z. It's now a 2v2. 2 Integrity players versus 2 Red Wave players. Coop eliminates Cap, leaving it just down to Underdog. They don't quite know he's around Cat. He's got about 20 seconds left. Roughly. He's heading it back up ladder. Gets that pick onto Archie. He's kind of swinging. He throws out a smoke. Looks like he's baiting with a defuse. He's got 17 seconds left. And they trade. Score is now 8-7. 8 for Integrity and 7 for Red Wave.
Match point.
And it's match point again. And tried on Integrity is, looks like they might be subbing him out. Or he crashed. Now the 16th round. Wow. They're putting up a pretty good fight. Oh, maybe Dumb Barry also crashed. So now Integrity is kind of in a 3v3. So this is going to be a bit tough. And Red Wave is slow pushing up to A, defended by only one person, which is Cap. Red Wave's heading up A main. Checking, checking tons. Smart move. Cap still around backside. Oh, and Dumb Barry has officially... Oh, wow. We have Rich in here. Okay. This is going to be fun. A little bit of a lag spike right here. Oh, it's US East. Okay. They're pushing up. Minute 13 left. And Cap sees all of them. Gets a 3K! And Oreo also takes out Virtuous, leaving it just now down to Cream Cheese. On site A. Throws smoke. He's hit. He's hurt bad. He is hurt bad. And a swing from Cap ultimately eliminates him, leaving the score 9-7. Map goes to Integrity. And now with... Sorry, I just hit my headphones. Now with Rich on Integrity, this should be very interesting, because good stats. So, I'm interested to see how Integrity is going to play out on next map with Rich in here. Oh, looks like they're rotating to shuttle. Well, the player's heading out of shuttle, except Cream Cheese looks like he's staying back. I'm pretty sure they're conversing about something right now. We got three around that main hologram and 4 pushing up rapidly into Integrity's spawn area. Looks like both captains are talking. Virtuous has a lot to say. They're using a lot of hand gestures right now. So I'm assuming something big is going on. Not quite sure what's happening. Not sure what kind of comms are going on. But we have Underdog, and looks like he's at the top of hologram, kind of waiting for someone to say something. And it looks like, yeah. Now it's Red Wave fully advancing into Integrity's spawn area. They're now retreating back out, with Integrity pushing back out of their spawn, coming out of that little doorway. Integrity's nice and grouped up though, so they have you can tell that they're definitely grouped up and stuff. Rita, dude, I don't know if you can join or not, okay? You're gonna have to ask Integrity.
Use this time to warm up. Match starting.
All right. Second map is Miru. Oh, almost forgot. All right. So we have Red Wave pushing up to site... No, Integrity, sorry. Pushing up to site B. And it looks like the rest of Red Wave is currently kind of huddled really around backside, like the back of backside right here. But they're stalling Integrity pretty well, though. Rich is getting that first pick onto Oreo. Interestingly enough, we have Underdog going over to site A for some reason. It looks like Integrity's slow pushing up. They're still pushing, slow pushing though, and Underdog looks like it's kind of working for him with going over to site A. Using the smoke to his advantage, Rich is now on site and planting, despite multiple people being around him, multiple members of Red Wave being around him. Cream Cheese takes out Rich versus eliminates Underdog, and it's just one left on site, which would be Cap, who is eliminated by Cream Cheese. With 32 seconds left on the clock, there is now plenty of time for Cream Cheese to defuse, and 3, 2, 1. Need to time stuff a little bit better. But regardless, that's not the first point for Red Wave. Now, the one advantage Red Wave has is that Miru is just a naturally defensive-sided map. So, that is their advantage. I honestly forget how Miru is a defensive-sided map. I think it's just because there's little tight corners that can be easily swung out of. Actually, that probably answers the question. But yeah, there's a lot of places where you can swing. And if you see Suna as well, you'll notice that Suna, you can easily have access to backside, which is a very important spot regardless. Which, in turn, Miru kind of denies it. So you can't really push up the backside without pushing through this directly through, like, the site, you know? Scan has now started. ZQ getting a clean headshot on a Berry. Cream Cheese taking out Oreo as well. Relta starting to get kills on his side. Eliminating Cheese. Rich was refragging his teammate. Underdog eliminating Archie. Oh, they traded too. It's now just down to Rich. In the past, Rich has been a reliable person to clutch up on. A few shots being fired, about 20 seconds left. And they're defusing right now. Let's see if Rich is gonna do. Takes out Virtuous. They trade. 11 seconds left. Let's see, does Coop have enough time? I don't think he quite does. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clutch defuse from Coop! That is now the second point for Red Wave, and I feel like that's the second. No, that was ZQ who clutched up. Honestly, though, Red Wave, I'm gonna be honest here, they are really good at clutching up, just from what I've seen. Like we saw that clutch defuse from Coop, and that amazing 4K from ZQ. So what I'm guessing is that their players, they definitely have some. They definitely got some talent, which obviously makes sense. I mean, they're related to Riptide, I'm assuming. So, good teams. Oreo getting that first frag onto Coop. A few shots being fired around Heaven from Virtuous, who throws out a nade, eliminates King. No, Oreo eliminates him. Cream Cheese takes out Oreo. Archie kills Underdog. It's now a 2v3. Rich gets a double kill onto Archie and Cream. It's not just down to ZQ. Let's see if he can get a 3K again. Fortunately, he's unable to get a 3K. On the bright side, though, Barry eliminated him, and it's not the first point for Integrity. Score is currently 2-1. Well, this is interesting. Look at Red Wave. They're stacking 3 on A and 2 on B, which is a little bit more of the unusual play, but you know what? Let's see how it goes. Scanner, carried by Rich, is currently pushing up over to site A. B. Sorry, it's B. Throws an aid over to Elbow. Smart move. And he's now planting. I must say, Rich is actually pretty good at planting really quickly. And now Scan has started. Barely even into the round. And we have the rest of Red Wave. Well, the entirety of Red Wave all around mid-stairs. Take out Cream Cheese. Well, no, Barry is eliminated by Cream Cheese. Virtuous kills Rich. A bunch of picks happening around here, leaving it down to Oreo, who's around those boxes. Gets a 1K on the Coop. Let's see if he can get a 3K. Luckily, though. Gets a double kill on the Cream Cheese. It's now a 2K. ZQ and Archie are low. Does he know? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. It's now 2v1, 9 seconds left on the clock, and Archie is super low. Meanwhile, Oreo, he's playing for time, and we can see him around quad, boom, with a clutch up, pretty good clutch up, and getting a 3K as well. Good example of playing for time right there. Red Wave could have potentially been a little bit more aggressive in how they were playing, but even still, you have to also keep in mind, too, that they probably used a lot of their util earlier on, meaning that it would have been harder to do that. Also, regarding weapon choice, we got a little section with weapon choice. Always got to have that. We got ZQ with the Grot. So, let's see how this is going to play out. We have the majority of Integrity, total of 4 people, heading over to Site B, while Rich, who's carrying Scanner, is heading over to Site A. And it looks like Archie is falling for that bait. In fact, the entirety of Red Wave is actually getting that bait really well. The entirety of Red Wave is getting baited. It just takes down Cap. A lot of kills going on over at Site B. Good trade from Oreo and Z. It's now just down to Rich. Scan has now started. He's heading over to Heaven. Throws a nade because he knows where they are. Does not hit anybody, though. Both players on Red Wave are at full health. Looks like he's flashed. He doesn't have any more util. I think he has a smoke. No, he has a flash. Never mind. He throws out a flash. He's still denying them that push-up. They're still all around stairs. Gets a headshot onto Archie. Clean headshot and a double kill onto Archie and Coop. And another clutch from Rich, too. So, we'll give him that. You sound like a robot for a sec. What do you mean? Like, do you mean robot as in AI voice? Or iRobot? Or more like this? More like Siri-ish, sort of. I don't know. I don't know, Joyful. I tend to sound monotone. I've noticed. It seems to be a common thing. Anyways, we see Red Wave. They're staying, like, as backside as they can on Site B. And Scan, carried by Rich again, is heading up to Site B rapidly. It looks like Integrity is aware that maybe Red Wave isn't exactly the best at playing backside, or is sort of staying more backside. Actually, yeah, that's the better term for it. They're staying more backside, like as backside as possible. So they're using that to their advantage to scan really quickly. Cheese gets a kill on a Coop. Melta eliminates Cap, and Z gets a refrag on his Underdog takes down Virtuous. It's now a 3v3. Gets a double kill onto Z as well. Triple kill onto Cream. And a solid 4K from Underdog finishes off this round. Score is now 2-4. 2 for Red Wave and 4 for Integrity. Oh, wait, is it? Wait, shoot. Oh, icons are... oh. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I don't know why. I got it. Thanks for keeping me aware. I thought I noticed that beforehand. That's weird. Okay. Anyways. I think we're losing audio. No, never mind. Never mind. Not losing audio. Looks like Underdog notices Virtuous around middle. Doesn't quite kill him, though. A lot of body shots. Coop hit Coop in a little bit of a corner here, getting a double K, but ultimately Cap refragging. It's now a 3v3. Well, no, actually, it's a 4v3. 4v3. Looks like Scanner's now rotating over to Site B, along with the rest of the team. Z's currently around mid. Throws a nade over to... I think that's... is that Cat? I think it is. Flash is out. I wonder if he got flashed. Probably momentarily. He's still around mid, though. And knows... yeah, Oreo knows to fire a few shots off. And Rich, he's now planting. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go. 44 seconds left on the clock. The entirety of Red Wave is now rapidly approaching over to Site. Nade from Rich is thrown out. All around mid-stairs. Also, another flash, too. Using util pretty well. Rich is currently around elbow. He's taken out by Rich, though. Cream Cheese firing through boxes as well. It's now a 2v3. And both players on Integrity are pretty low on health. And, yeah, Cream and Archie, in contrast, are the exact opposite. Bunch of shots fired from Cap. Archie, Oreo, getting trades. It's now just left down to Cream Cheese. And he's got about 12 seconds left. 11 seconds left. 10, 9, 8... 7, 6, 5. He's got plenty of time. 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Score is now 3-4. 3 for Red Wave and 4 for Integrity. Gotta stretch. Over on integrity, actually. Yeah, I think that's more grammatically correct. Not sure exactly what they're doing right here. It looks like they're plotting something. I think they might be going over A. As we can see, though, on the bright side, Red Wave is being a little bit more aggressive with ZQ pushing up onto 40, no, not 45, elbow. And they got a pretty solid defense, though, except for on site A, though. No one's really watching tons, though. I don't know what they're doing over on integrity. I have like absolutely no idea what they're doing. This is like potentially one of the most interesting plays I've like ever seen. I mean, I don't even know what's happening. Oh, now they're spreading out. Underdog takes out Coop. It looks like they're delaying their push. And it looks like the rest of Red Wave has found that out. A few nades are going out over from yard. And now side is pushing up. ZQ swings Oreo. A few shots fired from, pretty sure that's Underdog onto him. He's like one of the only people defending site. Never mind. He's got a few others. Rick just takes out Dumberry. Shots being fired. They're still denying Red Wave, that is. They're still denying integrity of that push, though. Underdog. Makes it a 3v3. ZQ and Underdog trade. It's now just down to Cap and Rich against Virtuous and Cheese. And both players are pretty low. Cap makes it a 1v2. Let's see what Virtuous can do. He throws out a flash over on site. Shooting through boxes. Doesn't quite know where he is. Takes out Cap, leaving Scanner unprotected. Rich picks it up. Looks like he's hiding in smoke. Using it to his advantage. Can't really quite see, but Virtuous through smoke eliminates Rich. Score is now 4-4.
We're switching sides.
Oh, and it's not the side swap. Now, Integrity has more of that advantage of being on defense, And here we can see Rich is pushing up he's pushing up to B long very rapidly. He is very confident. Oh, and looks like Coop on Red Wave. He's going over there. 3K from Rich, leaving it now down to Virtuous. So that was quite the 3K. I must say that was like one of the most incredible 3Ks I've ever seen. And Barry eliminates Virtuous. So now the score is 5-4. Basically the MVP of that round, without a doubt, was Rich. That was genuinely I genuinely have no words for that. That was like absolutely incredible. Well, I wouldn't say it's incredible as in the same sense as getting like a 5K would be. More in the sense that it was so unexpected to the point where you wouldn't really expect it to happen. So it's more like, what? Instead as opposed to, what? So it's like, Barry getting a double kill on a Cream and Archie. Archie. Scanner is now pushing over kind of to be long. They're not the best at pushing, though, which then again makes complete sense. Miru is a tough map to be on offense. And it's now just down to Virtuous again. And Rich takes him out. Score is now 6-4. Let's see if Red Wave can have a bit of a comeback. Actually, we're going to check over here. We're probably having a conversation. Probably planning something. Because if you want to get, since Miru is very defense-sided, you really need to have that like coordination. And Pub's artifact does not have that coordination, as I found out. Dumberry heading around mid stairs, didn't take out Archie. Got him. That was decent. Had a decent amount of health. Over here we have Rich pushing up rapidly onto site. They know where he is. Rich just takes him out though. Now Oreo, he's still around elbow. kind of peeking out. Virtuous swings him, takes him out. It's now just down to Cap and Underdog. A lot of kills happening around here. It's now just down to Virtuous versus Cap. He's pushing over around mid to bunker. Looks like so. He knows where Scanner is. Looks like he's trying to catch Cap a little bit off guard. Because Cap is probably going to expect him to come, yeah, more around over, let's see, over in front of him or to the right side of him, but not really the other side. Ooh, it looks like he hears something. He swings out, and they trade. Score is now 6-5. Ooh, with a clean headshot from Virtuous as well. All right, score is now 6-5. They have all their players. I think that someone just crashed probably, which happens. I actually crashed in Vale today 2 times actually. I was listening to Spotify, so that was probably an issue, or was probably the main contributor. Anyways, from Red Wave, we can see them pushing up to Site B. No, A. So a little bit differently from what they've been doing. And luckily for Integrity, they have a 3-stack on Site A. Underdog takes out Coop. Archie gets a refrag. ZQ eliminates Rich. They now have almost full control of Site, save for Cap, who is still in. He's still around bunker. They have almost full control. Virtuous and Dumberry trade on top of that as well. It's now a 2v3 where it takes out Archie. ZQ gets the refrag. It's now just down to Cap. And he's up in a 1v2. A nade is thrown out. Does not quite hit. He's still around heaven though. I think that's heaven. He's at the top of bunker heaven. I honestly forget the call out. Looks like he's heading over around to CT spawn. Getting a pick. No, not quite getting that pick on a Virtuous, but still peeking out though. No, never mind. That would have been Z. She's heading around that box. It's not quite enough time though, and he's taken out by Z. Score is now 6-6.
Round starting. Get ready.
Looks like Rich crashed. So, on the side of Red Wave, we can see that oh yeah, Rich has officially crashed, or he had to leave. Probably crashed. On Red Wave though, we can see that they're pushing up towards Site B. Integrity being a little bit more aggressive with one on Rat and one on Elbow. Nade gets Underdog pretty low, but kind of misses him though, so he's still softened up. Cream Cheese ultimately finishes him off. It still just leaves yeah, Cap still around 45. With Underdog coming to support him. No, that'd be Oya, sorry. Barry taking out Coop. Double kill from Cap. Just gets kind of a refrag. Takes out Dumberry. She's taking out Oreo. Eliminating Oreo. It's not just down to Cap. Scan has now started. 43 seconds left on the clock. A few pre-fires there. Pre-fire of Doom and Despair from Virtuous. Who's around? Quad, yeah, that's Quad. Just heading over to Rat, getting some ammo. Looks like Virtuous is baiting him, so by figuring, yeah, still keeping it in cover. Cap's really just rotating around at this point though. So with 10 seconds left, they're actually playing a pretty solid defense. And Virtuous ultimately takes him out. I think the main thing, though, here is that you really kind of got to be aggressive. But the other thing, too, with Red Wave was that they had one person... Hold up. Yeah, they had one person, which was Virtuous, around Quad, and then another around 90. So, really preparing for that refrag there, which is good. Well, it was more like over here. But they were still watching each other regardless, and still ready to double swing at any moment. So, that's actually a pretty good placement from Red Wave. Very taking out Cream Cheese. First pick of this round. Red Wave is also heading over to Site A. Now the rest of Integrity's heading over. Barry throws a nade over to... Oh, never mind. He just killed Z, who was actually around tons. I don't expect that. Barry with another kill onto... Oh, okay. And that finishes off Red Wave. Score is now 7-7. It's even. Wave is now pushing up to site A again. Kind of running it back. Still with the same players. Looks like Dumberry's a little bit more careful around going over to Tons. He takes out Cheese. Double kill on a Virtuous. Ultimately ZQ getting that refrag. Few shots fired around mid from Oreo. Doug taking out Archie. Ooh, it looks like he got all the way back there. So now Red Wave is essentially completely surrounded, leaving it just down to Coop and Z with the Grot. Cap is playing Heaven. Looks like Coop is peeking him a little bit. Not expecting him to be there. Clean headshot from Cap. It's now just down to ZQ. Gets a kill onto, well, refrag. It's a refrag. He's expecting someone, and is swung by Oreo. It is now 8-7. Score is now 8-7. 8 for Integrity, and 7 for Red Wave. And it's also match point. So, let's see if Integrity can get this match point, or ultimately, if Red Wave will get another point. Red Wave is now heading over to Site B, switching it up from last time. And, okay, Rich is still in spawn. Oreo's heading over to Rat. Cap is going more around mid, so a bit of a more interesting play. And Underdog, okay, A is left completely undefended, but it looks like that risk that they're taking, though, is doing pretty well. Red Wave's having a little bit of trouble pushing up, though. Cap eliminates Coop. Oreo, clean nade onto Archie as well. I think he might have also flashed himself unintentionally. It's now a... Oh, okay. Good nade from Rich. Good nade from Rich. Leaving the entirety of Red Wave actually completely dead. So, that right there, though, is... What we see from Rich is a prime example of, I would argue, game sense. So, very good nade placement, very good understanding of how nades work as well. Actually, I think it just seems to be nades in general. Actually, it could probably is game sense. But yeah, you practice like that, play a lot of scrims, you can be like Rich. I think we all aspire to be like Rich to some extent.
GG's, GG's, guys.
Wait,
Well, it's only 3 rounds.
Y'all, you're the best. Yeah, actually super good, bro.
You almost killed me there on alley.
Oh, dude, I was so mad. I whiffed. Rich,
The 1
that
HP.
nade at the beginning was a little suspicious, but I trust that you.
Is that it?
Also play. We were playing slow on B-long and
unless we
yard,
wanna
and
do
you
a
just
third,
made
I
a
don't
prediction
think
nade,
they
and now
do.
you weren't.
I don't think we're gonna do a third. It's only 3 rounds. It's only 3 rounds.
I'll have you know, my name is Rich, and I like to stick my finger at my butt.
I do. My fingers up my butt.
Are we playing a third?
I want to play it though. It's up to you.
I gotta play a third.
Sub for me.
Should we do? Let's do
I
Q,
can
guys.
play
Should we
this.
do Q?
I can play.
Ask Integrity.
Aren't we done?
You're not able to play a third? Do we have... Oh, who could sub? Someone could sub. Wait, hold on.
So, I actually just found out. Looks like, Rich kind of has... Yeah, Rich is... He's actually streaming this right now, which is cool. So yeah, you get it from 2 perspectives. Perspective from a caster and the perspective from a from an actual like player in it, which is very nice. Okay. Oh, Coop just left.
Cool ass.
Let's see.
It was
Are we
school.
doing a
It was
second?
school trip, by
No,
the way.
third.
Using that.
Yeah, did you guys take the bus there?
No, what?
Take a private jet.
Yeah,
No luxury.
Yeah, fifth real quick. Sorry. Oh.
Oh,
Or we just do it 4v4. No,
it's
sir.
true. It's true.
Heck no, I ain't doing all right. Heck no.
I could just call it, you know. Oh, Maximus is in here. I didn't even know.
Yep, that's right, Rich. Maximus is in
Okay,
here.
can we leave?
So are we playing, or are we gonna like fiddle with each other? What's happening?
I need a sub.
we're waiting for their fifth and ours.
Let's get Pulas.
Hang on, about Tiger. Get him in here.
Let's get the Kashi is online, by the way. Oh,
Oh,
wait,
he
no,
is.
that's 2 captains.
playing a
Never
scrim.
mind. I was joking. Mango is online. Last is online.
Is pre-call responding? He's on his way. No, because
Yeah,
we
then-
need Big Coop. We had Big Coop at the time.
The entirety of defense, I was listening to static noise.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I was listening to I was listening to
Oh, it's
sad
'cause-
Bart funk music.
I was
What?
playing Michael Jackson on a
believe that.
vinyl, but then it ran out. And every time I leave my
Yes,
boundary, I
good stuff.
crash. So I couldn't stop the static.
Oh,
There's
okay.
static noise.
Oh my god.
It's
It's like
really
the-
loud.
Is this what we
too.
want?
I feel like the vinyl's like actually kind of cool.
No lane. Oh, is
Oh.
both is
Maybe-
Perlaz and Hyrix on their team?
Yeah.
I don't think
Alright.
Jupiter knows I'm casting.
Okay, I can
No, I'm
restart
not.
the
Jupiter, dude. Jupiter.
Alex!
Can we kick him?
Okay.
So you said pre-call's coming.
Pirates. Never heard of him.
Doodle swap,
doodle swap,
Never heard of him.
doodle swap. I'm getting spammed in bed.
Doodle.
No, I don't want to join
Oh.
you.
Maybe that is that dude? Wait, Doodle? I haven't heard that name
Can you
in
kick a
ages.
Perlaz and Hyrix, please, guys?
Yeah, we need to get our fit, then you guys
I'm
have 6
supposed
players
We
over
need to
there.
get our fifth dealer.
Yep.
Thank you.
Wait,
I
what?
got this feeling.
I was told to stop.
Deep
Wait,
in
you
my
don't.
soul.
What?
Yo, this is an official Vale minor league match, bucko.
Am I on
I'm
this team? What
subbing,
team
man.
am I on? What
You're on
team am I
that
on?
team. You're
Sub,
not on
sub.
either of these
You're on
teams.
both
This is a
teams.
match. Who
When?
told you to sub?
Yeah, we just
Why
said
the
6-7.
fuck did he join?
Does this round count?
Getting like
back,
official
not here.
subs, like people that.
I am the official sub. I was do not need pinged by ours. like some random, and they were.
God, bro, get him out of here.
Getting kicked.
Alright.
Jesus.
Our fifth is joining. You didn't need to just grab a random guy. Got the Steam frame setting already. Sweet.
Yeah, we're gonna
You a little late.
It's kind of buns.
probably gonna
It's
head.
kind of weird.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to the main screen where they figure this out.
We're doing Kira. We're doing Kira.
We got
I love Pearlaz. I love it.
Okay. Good luck.
Use this time to warm up. Match starting. Get ready.
Okay, so I kind of have my mic muted. We're gonna check desktop audio. Okay, yep, still there. So yeah, I don't know if y'all heard. We're playing Kiro. So it's a map that I have not casted before. I'm not very familiar with the callouts here, but it looks like Red Wave is heading over to B site. Dog swings the entirety of Red Wave, but unfortunately is ultimately eliminated with a clean headshot. Rest of Integrity is heading over to Site B. I say this actually looks pretty good. PC. Super kill on the cap. Virtuous taking out Perlaz. Cream cheese onto Rich and Dunbury to Archie. Double kill also from Dunbury. Scan has now started. It's now a 1v3. Dunbury's taken a few hits. Nut is Is that full health? Okay, never mind. Actually, he is down. He is down. It's still just a 1v2 though, so kind of hard to clutch up. Few smokes are out too. Barry throws out a nade. Does not hit anybody. They avoid it. ZQ takes out Dumb Barry, ultimately scoring the first point for Red Wave.
Get ready.
Dude, I have no idea what the callouts on Kiro are. It's a cool map. I just don't like playing on it. Now we see Red Wave heading over to Site A for a little bit of a... Let's see. Yeah, wait. Yeah, that's Site A. That's Site A, right? Yeah, that's Site A. Heading over to Site A. Cap getting that first pick onto Virtuous. Nades are coming out. Cap from the back getting a double kill into Archie and Cheese. It's now a 2v... It's now just a... Okay, now it is a 1v4. It is officially a 1v4. A lot of stuff happening in a very short amount of time. Dunbury finishes off the round, eliminating I Love Nut.
Round starting. Get ready.
It's a very hard username to say. I'm not gonna lie to you here. I mean, the fact though is that I remember that I played with him, but it actually does make sense that he is on like a team. Because I actually learned that the definitive way to tell like pub stompers versus comp players is that pub stompers, they'll use knives a lot more often and impacts. Comp players won't do that though. They'll use nades a lot more, like frags, or they just won't use anything. ZQ takes out Cap. Love eliminates Rich. The entirety of Red Wave is actually pretty low. No one there is at full health. And in contrast, Integrity is at full health. They're heading up over to... I don't know what that is. Is that Heaven or something? Barry takes out Archie. Sort of... Yeah, he's peeking it out. He's peeking over there. Takes out Nut with a good flick. He's still on higher health than all of them. Uses a nade to... Let's see. Yeah, he uses a nade to try to clear them out. And now he's smoking it off. Now he's smoked it off. And with a clutch defuse through smoke, he's actually able to take out Cheese even after. So, score is now 2-1. Appears that Red Wave is opting for an A push again. We see Cap over here. Let's see, did he just have a revolver or am I tweaking? Okay, so looks like we're seeing some interesting gun choices overall. Delta swings Virtuous, but ultimately Virtuous kills him. Rich from, I believe that's Heaven, is nearly hit by a nade, trying to find his gun. Looks like it's not there. And scan has now started, a very quick scan from Red Wave. If we're looking at gun choices, though, we have some very interesting ones. With Rich with the PL-14 and Underdog with the G7 with the G28Z. He throws out a smoke, and he's ultimately eliminated by Nut. So, getting that refrag with, let's see, yeah, Nut getting that refrag. That's what it would be. That's what it would be. Score is now 2-2. And from what I'm seeing, it looks like... Hold on. I had to crack my back. It looks like Kiro, luckily, is... I don't know. It could just be that it's not a map that's played very often. But it looks to be a little bit more defense-sided. To an extent. It's slightly more... It's not like heavily defense-sided, like where you see with Miru, but there's a little bit of a bias towards defense, from what I'm seeing. Especially with like quick rotations and good places to peek out from. Like that one right there with Perlaz, who just killed Nut. And also this little corner right here. Barry taking out Virtuous. Underdog getting a refrag. Oh, double kill from Barry as well. It's now just down to Z, who... Oh, okay, looks like he just left. Or he crashed. One of the two.
Get ready.
So we're back with interesting gun choices. We have not using the AK-12, which usually you don't exactly see very often, and Underdog with the G17. So usually from what I've realized in scrims is that once you have the G17 out, once someone pulls out the G17, typically that means that that the other team is having fun. Like, not necessarily having fun as in just normal, "Ooh, having a scrim, this is so fun," kind of fun. But they're having, like, a toying kind of fun. Rich with a lovely nade onto Archie. Virtuous ultimately getting that refrag, taking him out. It's now just down to Underdog in a 1v3 with the G28Z, so let's see some G28Z gameplay. Throws out a smoke, and he is ultimately eliminated by Nut. Score is now 3-3.
Round starting. Get ready.
I think it's going to be the side swap next round. No, wait, it doesn't... Wait, no, right? No, not quite, not quite, not quite. All right. Sorry, had to get a few people who want to cast. All right. So, a lot of stuff going on over at Site B. No, Site A. A lot of kills happening. Underdog takes out Virtuous, Witch with a double kill on Nut and Archie, and is knifing bodies allowed?
Round starting.
Regardless, score is now 4-3. Very fast round too. All players are off. Ooh, look at that. Right there, where Dunberry is. That is a very common spot to be in Kiro. It's a really good spot, too. But now we see from Red Wave, they're pushing over to... What is that? Oh, that's the G28C. That's actually a pretty cool skin that Z has. Anyways, Barry gets that first pick on the Nut. There's still another person around backside, which that'd be Rich. A lot of flashes being thrown out. Rich was ultimately eliminating Rich as well. They have essentially secured site. And now planting, started by Z. There he goes. 44 seconds left on the clock. 4 seconds on the clock, not left, not left. He's tried heading over to that one crate, ultimately killed by Cap. A few shots fired. I believe that's from, yeah, that's from Archie. We're just taking out Barry. It's now a 2v3. And it's now making it a 2v1, and that is ultimately the end of the round with a good trade from Underdog and Cheese. Score is now 4-4, and we have a side swap. Okay. So, score is currently 4-4. So this map may be not as defense-sided as I thought. It might be pretty even. Might have to check with the devs, though. And from around mid, we have Dunberry making a very interesting play, ultimately killed by Virtuous, however. Nuts kind of staying around backside. Virtuous with a clean headshot onto Underdog. Double kill as well. Rich taking out Archie. It's now just down to Rich. Let's see if he can clutch up. And from behind, Virtuous gets a 3K, with the last one being on Rich. Score is now 5-4. So yeah, I'm gonna be analyzing this a little bit, this map, as we're kind of going. I don't really play it very often because I don't like playing it, but boy howdy do I love casting this map though. It's actually, well, I don't really like maybe I don't like casting this map. Suna is just my overall favorite map. Oh, Rich doing a little happy dance. But speaking of Rich though, looks like he's got Scanner and he's making a very interesting play by going around middle. A little bit of a risky play. But let's see how this works out. Underdog takes out Cream with a cream cheese with a clean nade. A lot of action going on around middle. Z taking out Barry. It's now 4v3. And Rich is kind of just staying around middle despite having Scanner, which usually Scanner goes to site. Where Wave is now mostly around site B, taking out Underdog. It's now a 4v2, and most players on Red Wave are incredibly low. Archie and Cap trading. It's now just down to Rich. Again, he throws a flash over to wherever that is. I don't know callouts on this map, as I said before. He's taking a few hits, and he's now pretty low. So let's see what he can do against Nut, Virtuous, and Z. Takes out Nut, though, so that's their highest health player. Actually, no, never mind. That would be Z, who's the highest health player. Luckily for him, though, Virtuous is pretty low. And, yeah, Virtuous is also the one who's been top fragging. So, takes out Z. It's now just down to him and Virtuous. With 33 seconds left on the clock, he is now heading over to Site B. Now 30 seconds. He's heading over. Virtuous is expecting him to be around here somewhere. But little does he know, Rich is already planning. 44 seconds on the clock. He's heading over to mid, it looks like. See, this is the cool thing about Kiro. Look at how quick the rotations are. Like, Rich is already around mid, and he planted at Site B. Swings Virtuous, and ultimately takes him out. Successful takedown. Score is now 5-5. So I get the feeling that this is going to be a close map right here. Very close map. On Integrity, we have Rich still around middle. So it looks like on Integrity, they're having so much fun that they're starting to go around middle. So doing like an almost pubs-like strategy, but it looks like it's working. Nut is instantly killed as he finds out that the entirety of Integrity is pushing up towards Site A a little bit slowly. Now we can see Red Wave heading in through. I don't know what that callout is. Again, I don't know callouts on this map, unfortunately. I probably should. Underdog with another kill onto Z, and it looks like they're now rotating. So very interesting what we're seeing here with this rotation time. Berry and Cheese also trade. It's now a 2v3. Underdog takes out Virtuous. Gets a 2k onto Archie as well. Score is now 5-6.
Round starting. Get ready.
And they're off. From Red Wave, we can see them. We can see one person going around mid, which is Z. He's probably going to see a little bit of action. Swings out with the... Oh, he's got the Vector. Eliminates Dumberry, but Underdog ultimately gets that refrag. Richards takes out Rich as well, ultimately leaving Scanner down at roughly Site B. Cap getting a kill onto Nut. Getting a refrag as well. It's now a 1v3 between him and Red Wave. Well, 3 players on Red Wave. Virtuous, Cheese, and Archie. Let's see what he can do. Archie is basically right next to him. So this is going to be a very interesting situation right over here. He swings out, does not quite expect Archie to be there, and looks like Archie is just as flabbergasted. Throws out a nade and a flash over to that little rotatey area. He is at about half health, and he's got about a minute left, so he's still got time. Virtuous, however, though, is sort of sitting on scan. Well, basically now he's sitting on scan, like directly over it. They're pushing back a little bit. He's now getting ready to peek it. It looks like we're swinging it, and Cream Cheese set up for a perfect refrag right over here. They're now slow pushing. He's checking those corners. Ooh, and a trade from Virtuous and Cap ends the round. Score is now 6-6.
Round starting.
Sorry. Had to do something. Took a little bit longer than I thought. Alright. So, luckily I haven't missed anything. Just a few shots being fired, and nobody has died yet. Luckily, turning out in my favor as your caster. So, Scanner's pushing up towards B. A little bit more different from what has been currently going on. A lot of kills happen all around mid, too. Underdog getting that kill on Nut. Dumberry killing Archie. And Virtuous and Underdog ultimately finishing by trading. Score is now 6-7. Red Wave with 6 points and Integrity with 7. It's actually a good place to peek out, I'd say. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, Scan is pushing up towards mid again. Well, actually, no. It looks like it's going over to A. I think that Kiro tends to be a very... It looks to be a very mid-safe... Like, compared to other maps, tend to be death traps with their mid, like Miru and Suna. Kiro seems to be almost the exact opposite, where mid is actually just as safe. And anything, if actually the sites are actually more dangerous than being around mid. And it looks like these players kind of know that. So that must be why they're pushing up mid so often. Nonetheless, though, it's now a 2v4 with Rich up on... I feel like I want to say that that's Heaven. Throws down a flash. He's now coming down over directly to site. Crouch walking. A few shots are being thrown. Oh! Virtuous killing Rich. It's now just up to Cap. And they're currently defusing. Nut is currently defusing. Let's see. And oh, we have someone swinging Cap. That would be Cheese. Swinging Cap and ultimately denying him that point. That clutch, essentially. And the point. The score is now 7-7. It is going to be a close map. I can tell you that for certain. It is going to be close. Now Scanner carried by Rich. Again, I guess I can see why he's carrying Scanner, because he's been really quick about scanning. He's pushing up mid. Throws a flash. Go with that first pick onto Underdog. Virtuous is around mid as well, ultimately killed by Rich, who gets a refrag, by the way. Another person peeking, which that'd be Archie. Yeah, Archie peeking from around close to sight. Now Scanner is rotating back. Cap is around mid. He gets a few people low. Well, he gets Nut low, that's for sure, but is ultimately killed by Nut. Looks like Nut's trying to figure out where Rich is. That's probably why he fired to that corner. They're all currently around mid. Well, Red Wave is around mid. Rich is at site. We can see Z coming up, anticipating that Rich is going to be on site. Let's see what Rich can do. Gets a kill onto Z. And now they're kind of just peeking out. We're having a little bit of a stalemate. Rich anticipates where Nut is. He's got about 40 seconds left, too. So this is going to be a tough situation to be in. He's coming from... I don't know. I want to say that that's like a crate or something. And Nut ultimately kills him. It is now match point. Red Wave with 8 points and Integrity with 7. I want to see if Integrity can deny them this map win, because if it comes down to like a match point where both scores are 8-8, then that is going to be awesome if that actually happens. So I think we've seen enough of offense for now. I'm curious to see about defense. So that would be Red Wave. Currently Archie is around Heaven, and Z coming up right on site. Nade does not quite hit. Throw from Rich. They are now fragging out sight. Throws that nade. Underdog with a crazy good nade onto Z. Archie's now expecting them to be around B, but unfortunately it's only just Underdog. And they're now rotating over with Red Wave already approaching to site A, but unfortunately for them, Scanner has rotated over to B. So you can see this again, this very quick rotation time. And it only came at the cost of Underdog. Barry takes out Cheese. Cap, another kill onto Archie. It's now a 2v3. And both people on Red Wave, both players on Red Wave are now around mid. They're flashed. Virtuous swings out, kills Dumberry, but Cap gets that refrag onto Virtuous. It's now just down to Nut. Let's see what he can do. He's got on a 1v2, and he's ultimately killed by Rich, making it like an ultimate match point. I'm not sure what this is called, but an 8-to-8 match point though. So we can see this is going to be a tense round, a very tense round in fact. I am curious to see as what these players are going to do. I bet we're going to see some pretty interesting stuff go on. Which, speaking of which, we already got the first interesting thing is Z and Nut sort of wondering which way to go. And it looks like they figured it out, both going over to Site B. And now we see Integrity, they're playing a little bit more conventionally. To an extent, it looks like. Looks like they're now baiting Red Wave over to Site B. But they're still staying back. So I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to do here. But whatever it is, again, they've been doing a lot of interesting stuff. So I'm not sure if they're having a conversation or what. It's currently just about 1-1-1, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Rich is kind of coming out here with Scanner. They're still pushing up. Looks like he's trying to talk with his hands right over here. Red Wave is still defending Site. Oh, and would you look at that? The rest of the players on Integrity are heading over to Site B to make a little bit of noise, while Rich can successfully scan. So they're going to bait them over to Site B. But it looks like Red Wave is playing very, very, very defensively this round, knowing that this last point is at stake. In fact, I'd say that both teams actually, are intentionally playing very defensively to secure their last point. There's about 30 seconds remaining. Site is now clear, and Rich is heading over. Relta and Virtuous, they both trade. Double kill from Underdog. Oh, that was a refrag. So it's now just down to Nut and Z. And from around B site, it's just Underdog and Nut. And now it just leaves it down to Rich, who's probably got a bit of an idea where these players are from the comms that his teammates are likely giving him. Nut is probably the closest player currently. He's heading over, expecting him to peek out. But on the contrast, they're now rapidly approaching Site. Nut is now defusing. And Zeus takes out Rich. 13 seconds left on the clock. And I think that Red Wave is going to win this round. And this map too. And boom! Score is now ending score is 9-8. Red Wave has one Kiro. Ending score was 2-1, 2 for Integrity, 1 for Red Wave. With Red Wave winning Kiro and Integrity winning Miru and Suna.
GG's, guys. GG's.
Yeah, that was good.
That sucks.
GG's.
That was a good cast.
GG's, guys. GG's, Rich. See y'all later. Or not. Maybe I'll die.
Integrity fill out the stock thing in the morning or something. Or is it like...
All right.
Does that mean we all get stocks from VML?
That'd be cool.
Alright, down there. What? Oh, you motherfucker.
Oh! Okay, that's who it is. Underdog is Auto.
Not.
That makes sense. Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense. Alright. So, you have our winners. Integrity. Final score was 2-1. 2 for Integrity and 1 for Red Wave. With Integrity winning Suna and Miru, and Red Wave winning Kiro. So, well done to all the players. Integrity, good work. Rich, nice. It was cool seeing you streaming while I was casting. That's a very interesting experience right there when you have someone streaming and someone casting. So you get a lot of different perspectives, which I think is really cool. But that aside, ZQ notably, great clutch, dude. And obviously, I have to shout out Rich again for clutching RA multiple times. Yeah, with that, well done to both teams. Great casting, y'all, again, as always. And with that, I will see all of